Hey everybody. What's good? I hope everyone's having a great time. Yeah, so as promised, we are trying something new. Something new, amazing. Yo, Panda, glad to see you out here already. Yeah, Studiopolis and Rooftop Run. I had a little background tunes playing. And yeah, try to cut that off smoothly, but clearly it didn't work. And I wish Sonic Riders would actually have a little bit of music going on during the main menu. There we go, much better. Much better. Got something going on. But yeah, so as promised earlier in the week, for tonight's stream, we are trying something a little bit new. Refresh things up. We're going to play a little bit of Sonic Riders, one of my personal favorite racing games ever. I spent a lot of time playing this game. And so this is just mostly going to be a little test run. Tonight we're going to be playing through the story mode. Wow, sounds. Why are you so hidden? You're not being very sound-like. But there we go. Yo, Jackie, good to see you out here. Good to see you out here. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Jackie. Oh, also, what is going on with my layout? I thought things were fine, but apparently now things want to be all over the place. Whatever, good enough. But hey, nothing much. We're just gonna be playing some good old Sonic Riders tonight. Try something new. But yeah, so let's see. So for those who aren't familiar with this game, Sonic Riders is a spin-off Sonic title where it's racing, but instead of like having Sonic race on feet, no, we're cool around here. We race on hoverboards and whatnot. So I spent a lot of time playing this game. It has definitely become one of my personal favorites, one of the go-to, one of my like meat and potatoes of relaxation. But I'm not sure what else to say because a lot of it is going to have to be explained as we play. So tonight we're going to do story mode, the main campaign of Heroes, and this is from my actual personal save file. I managed to hook up my old PS2, playing on a good old classic PS2 controller and everything. And yeah, so I have a lot of stuff unlocked. I have both campaigns unlocked. Tonight we're doing Heroes, and if things go great, then we might revisit and do the Babylon story. But yes, Panda, I concur. I totally concur. But this game is so much fun to play. Oh wow. Our stuff covers the subtitles.
It looks like something's jamming the radar
Fine.
signal.
Oh, what's happening?
There! What's that?
Freaky. They're flying! Oh my gosh. They have the math. They have a Chaos Emerald. But this is some awesome, like, early 2000s stuff, as always. The good old coolness. So yeah, also since this is like a spin-off title, there's also characters a lot of people that aren't too familiar with in the Sonic franchise. And honestly, I wish they would bring them back, personally, because the dude that just got beat up is like my personal favorite character to race as in this game. Oh, it looks good, this game. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I tried scaling this as best as I can to have things work, and honestly, it looks pretty good, especially with this nice cutscene going on. But yeah, I don't know. See, from part of me, it just feels so weird because I haven't played something other than Pokemon in a long time. So trying to like have colorful commentary, I'm like, talk about the green chicken. It has the beak and everything. But I know it's just gonna have to do a lot of explaining to do because mechanics of this game can be very tricky. Because this is the first one out of the trilogy, and the first game does not do such a great job explaining the mechanics. Like the tutorial is very hidden. It's like deep within the options. But as we get into races, I can explain what's happening, what's going on. But look at this, the actual in-game cutscene. Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone. I hope you're all ready for a show. We've got an
Yeah,
exciting
true,
event just
true
for
that, dude. It's like, it seems like sometimes Sonic just chill, like just occasionally just travel through time, like no specific time period for anything. Like for this game, it's so futuristic and that they're all racing on hoverboards. It's just like, what?
just a race, but a
Whereas like other games, Sonic's just chilling in random Green Hill Zone and just running around on his feet. Yeah, we got Eggman here, just being like, hey, what we do around here? I am going to host a tournament of the fastest, I guess, skater alive. And Sonic's, of course, like, well, I'm born for speed. I have the deed for speed.
Eggman
I will go
again.
fast.
Just what is he up to this time?
And
That's what we're up to next time.
I'll present the current contestants. These players, they're hot. The best racers I can find.
Oh, man, this is just bringing me back. I haven't played the story mode in a very long time. Usually when I turn this game on, I like to play on the first racetrack, which we will be getting into
Ex-World Grand
shortly.
Prix, huh?
But
Let's do this.
I do it a lot just to warm up, and then I would do some of the more difficult tracks. But all right, so our first mission finished within the top 3 of our first race. And since it's good old PS2, good old PS2 load times. I'm on TV. Wow, that's amazing.
Right, bring it on.
Well, all right, so when a race kicks off, we're in this little opening gate where I personally like to back up before we kick into motion. So, like, the big thing about this game, oh sweet, amazing alternate path first try. The big thing about this game is all about your speed. There's a lot of things you gotta manage while also trying to race. Like right now, I abused my boost and my air meter is about to expire. But thankfully, landed and got an item that refilled our gauge. Future! I barely heard that, to be honest. No! Now I'm failing all over the place. So, while you're on your boards, there's this thing of a speed meter, which my fat head's covering up at the moment, and it has a little air gauge in it. In order for you to stay on your hoverboards, you must always have air in your gauge. If your gauge runs out, you end up running on your feet, and that's a big no-no because you're going to fall way down, going to be so extra slow. Right there, what we're currently riding on is a little air turbulence, and anybody that's like up ahead, all right. Gosh, a lot of stuff's going on, and I have so little time to explain. Let's see, what just happened right there? We just reached our goal of 30 rings. Oh, missed our jump right there. And like, I believe 30 rings levels up your gear to level 2. And then 50 levels it up to 3, which unlocks more of your air gauge so that you can go faster and higher jumps and all the fun stuff. All right, we're on our final lap just like that. So then with each jump, there's this little trick system. And with each trick that you do, the better the trick, the faster you'll go. And every single trick, when you land it successfully, it refills your air gauge as well. So the big thing about all these races is your management of your air gauge, and then as well as just being aware of your surroundings. Like right there, just absolutely missed all of our jumps. Did that the first time. Hopefully I can drift better right here. Ooh, there we go. That was a nice, sexy drift. Oh no, the jump. I can never get that one. And there, that rank C. That was our lowest, our worst jump yet. But first race in, finished in first. Glad to see it. Finished in 2:34. Not one of my better times. I usually I would like finish like around maybe 2:20. Okay, this screen right here, this is a good time to explain more stuff. So with the trick system, depending on how well you land your trick, is ranked from C being the lowest all the way up to X being the highest. So C, B, A, S, double S, then X. And the better trick that you land, the more speed you gain, the more boost you can use. Your air gauge gets filled up more, and that's like the biggest. That's the biggest thing you gotta watch out for is your management in the air, in your little fuel tank. Oh my gosh, see, my brain is all over the place. It's like there is a lot of mechanics to this game that I gotta explain about. But then as we jump into another cutscene, we can easily explain more stuff as we're being introduced to our next.
Is Eggman really after?
Into our next.
It can't be anything
Okay,
too
I need
important.
this to focus a little better. Oh my gosh, Amy.
Amy?
So the opening gate stuff, I
Don't
like
tell me
to
you
walk
signed
back a
up
little
too.
bit before heading up to electric fence, because the best start that you can get is like reaching to the starting line right when the fence gets turned off, so that you don't get penalized. You can get penalized and get electrocuted if you do
Tails?
run into that fence. On the first ramp, hold forward when you jump. On the vertical ramps, hold down
Mark?
when you jump.
I think
See, yes, that too. While you're jumping, if you perform your tricks just right and your angles just right, you can land into alternate paths. Especially with your jumps. Like off of like the first ramp that we did, with our first jump, I managed to make it to the second path, while all the rest, all my jumps and tricks weren't as well, I would say. So we managed to just take the quote-unquote default path. And then each characters are divided into 3 categories. You got speed, fly, and power. Speed characters can grind on rails. Fly characters can basically float / fly through these rings that you'll see. And this next map, this next race, I believe we'll be playing as Tails, and Tails is a flying character. So I can show that off. And then last and not least, power. They will just punch through anything. They won't crash into that much stuff. If there's an item and they can punch it, they're going to punch it.
That's easy to explain.
So then on
According to
each
the
course,
cottage
there's
Cassie
like
lives theorem,
secret,
the control
secret
surface
hidden little
flow is balanced by
pathways
the inverse
for
kinetics
each
of the-
particular type of character. So
I get it, okay? Just
a
floats,
good
and that's
a
good
good
enough
like
for me.
tip thing to do for each of these courses is to find those secret paths for your particular
Sorry, but it's just too
type,
funny.
so that you can take a bunch of really good shortcuts.
Customized it myself.
But the one thing that I always have trouble doing is like landing those like special jumps, like getting to like the higher levels, because usually if you make to the higher ones or the alternate paths, those will be a lot
I never
faster than
imagined
the
anyone
default
would enter
ones.
the race with such a piece of junk.
Wow, Wave, how could you?
Thanks though. It was good for a laugh.
You like her glasses? Honestly, I rarely notice her glasses that often.
Oh, that
Oh,
girl.
exclusive.
What does she think
But
she
yeah,
is?
Wave, she's one of the new
Yeah,
characters,
how can
part
she
of the
just
whole
walk
crew.
in and diss Tails?
She just shows up and it's
know,
like,
and
Tails,
tinkering's
you know
all he's
what?
really good
I
at,
like your
too."
little board, but it's absolutely trash. And Tails is now like, that,
The next race is
That-
about to begin. Please come to the
The
gate
br-
first.
how dare you? But alright. So after that nice little cutscene, once again, we gotta finish within the top 3. So the worst we can do while still moving on is 3rd. And the basically the story mode is just going to be like, after we reach our goal, for which with each and every
Countdown has begun.
race, it's just practically moving to the next track and achieving our goals there. Alright, Tails. Let's show them all what's up. So once again, we're going to scoot back a bit. Counter goes down to 0. Electric fence goes down. As well as kind of like in Mario Kart, we got little special items there too. The first item that we got, yeah, I failed to that jump. And because of our attack animation, I missed the timing on that jump as well. So then, like, the purpose of those little, like, wind pipes behind those characters is to help, like, anyone in, like, places below you, like, below first, help, like, regain air and speed, and, like, hopefully obtain more speed to reach up to the top place. But once you're in first, you're all on your own. No extra, like, boost to help. No, like, tailwinds to drag onto. Alright, there we go. Not the best jump, but good enough. Alright, go a little bit faster right here. The only thing I don't like about this map is I don't know the layout too well to get rings as efficient as I can. There we go. Why am I that jump? Got an A? Wow, I honestly thought they were good to see. There we go. Can we get it? Can we get it? Oh, no. And there's that C. Absolutely failed that. So then also while you boost, every single character has their own unique little attacking animations, whereas when you level up your gear with the rings throughout the race, your the attacks are like much wider in range and can be more detrimental to your opponents. And if you lose enough rings, if I remember right, in the first one you can downgrade on your gear, so you got to be very careful when you see your opponents, because if they're in the middle of a boost and their weapons are out, try to avoid them as best you can. All right, out on the final lap. There we go. Got a nice little item box there that gave us 20 more rings that leveled us up to level 2 right now. Yeah, because Tails still different animation there. I missed the timing again on that jump. Wow. Alright. Nice little, every single course has these little animation like stretches right here, to where if you just keep rotating your stick, it's mostly there to help you gain air for the later portions of the track. So then these little rings right here that we just flew through, those represent for all the flying characters. Oh, there we go. That was kind of huge. Ran into a block of ice. Don't like that. Not a bad jump. But thankfully, though, since we smacked that robot at the last second, that gave us an easy finish for another first place victory. Forgot about the starting laser. Yeah, it's super fun, and honestly, I like the whole risk reward thing when it comes to the starts, because if you time your start just right, you're going to get a really good head start compared to the rest of your racers. Thank you, dude, so much for the 25 bits. Cheers to you, man. And I know you also did the 25 bits for the blurb. Once again, thank you so much. Cheers to you, man. So first 2 missions down, quick and easy. I really do like that. Let's just move the story along a little bit further. And if we manage to get the story down before the 3 hours are up, then maybe I'll show off some other tracks, because there's a bunch of unlockables to this game. Because since it's on the PS2, this is during a time where unlockables were so much fun to have. The time before DLC, where once you bought a game, you have all this content. But hey, there's my favorite character in this game, Storm the Albatross. He's so cool.
Sorry.
I like his design a lot, and his personality can be very, very funny. Besides his passive aggressiveness right here.
Nice try, buddy.
Sorry there. It wasn't my fault. If he hadn't jumped out of the way just now, I would have clobbered.
Yeah, he would have clobbered him.
What?
Oh, lost an arm. Wow.
The race is about to start. All participants, please get to your positions now.
Knuckles.
The track
Oh
then.
my god.
We'll settle this there.
Looking forward.
Oh, good old PS2 animations. Gotta love it. The 3D models and everything. All right, our first mission where we have to finish in first place, no top 3, is all or nothing. Not only we have to defeat Storm, also plays in first. But thankfully, Eggman Factory, or Egg Factory, if I remember right, I'm a little more familiar with this. The dark version of the stage. Yeah! And there's a bad start. And that's what happens when you're a little too early. Another bad jump. Alright. Bye, buddy. Alright. Here comes a nice... Oh, I didn't have enough speed and the drifting cut out. There we go. Get a few tricks in. Gain some more air. Jump onto the window. Alright. There we go. A little better. A little better. Definitely a spot where... Nope. There we go. Good thing I remember that. Oh my god! jeez. See, you know, that's just the thing. You know, I did have a few practice races in before going live, but of course, you know, trying to commentate sometimes, especially how fast-paced these races are, which is one thing I really do like about this compared to like Mario Kart. I would definitely say Mario Kart's a little more relaxed with the races. Oh my gosh, one day I'll nail that. Okay, here we go. Let's go through another little race stretch. Take down the little power pad. And there we go. Also ran out of air. Oh my gosh, everything is falling apart with this first race. There we go, much better. Bunch more, a couple robots out of the way. There we go. See, that's the smooth turnness I wanted. Alright, there we go. Nice little jump right there. Spinoramas. There we go. There we go. Another good jump. I'm so glad now, all of a sudden, I can get my timing down. See, there's the skill I know that I have. And kind of proving it, even though the first few laps were definitely not to be desired. But if you really know what you're doing with the mechanics of every single race, just like we had a very bad start here, we managed to just pull roughly ahead. I don't want to call this game just yet. You can't really call a thing until, you know, the fat lady sings. Say. You know, crashing in all the walls, so good. And just one more turn. Oh wait, no, we're in second. I thought I was going first. No. Ah. Oh. Snarter, hey man, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, dude. You're all good. Just out here playing some Sonic Riders. But yeah, dude, I concur. This does take a lot of skill to master. Wow, first failure. I honestly thought we would have done a little better than that. But I think I did place higher than Storm, didn't I? Or no, I think Storm was up ahead. But also, the nice thing about the story mode, it helps like teach you like the layout of the tracks. Like it requires you practically to know how to race in every track with whatever particular type of character that you're supposed to work with. Like in this case, you have to use Knuckles, who's a power character in his own right. And I'm only familiar with like the one like power shortcut, but since we were stuck here on the little wind turbine, I have to miss out on the power shortcut this time. But that's okay. Again, they're mostly there to help you, but sometimes they can throw strats off. I'm all too familiar with that with several races. Alright, a little boost, crank around, boom. Beautiful drift right there. Now we're on lap 2. That was an awesome jump, and there's our first X. So we perfected that jump and our tricks too. Nice. Another nice side turn. There we go. Oh, another X! There we go. My skills are actually showing. Wow. Wow, this is amazing. We'll turn to the right. And we actually landed into one of the pit stops, which if you're out of air, that's where you go to try to fill up. Though honestly, they take so long. They take very long to like fill up your gear if you're on the shortening stick. So if you're near like if you're near a ramp or any sort of jump, then trust me, you're better off trying to reach for that jump than a pit stop, because then if you nail that jump down, then you'll just get plenty of air back to reach your next point, to like the next trick that you can do. But if you're really in a tight pinch, then honestly I would say the pit stop might help you. Well, I actually no, not in a tight pinch. I would say more like in the rear end. If there's time you can afford to lose, then by all means do what you need to do. And when we were on our feet earlier too, the game points out, it's like, hey, this is the nearest pit stop. Right over there. Ooh, I actually lost my concentration right there. There we go. Thankfully, we're still doing just fine. We're actually nailing this race a lot better than the first one. Do a nice little drift. Give it a little boost. And there we go. First place, baby.
Look at that display of overwhelming strength.
Much better than Yoa. Storm, you came in dead last with 12 minutes? Dude, what were you doing that whole time, man? And they wanted me to get first. And Storm's like, I think he had like our first run. Wow. Wow, I see how it is. But yeah, so sorry like for there's not much like to this particular layout for this game. I kind of like convinced myself to do this, like I would say like during Wednesday's stream, and like Thursday I was busy taking care of a lot of errands and working on stuff for our 1 year anniversary. So I just did this quick fix of random games layout that I've had for a while. But
Not very
if we
impressive for
choose
someone of
to
your
like
reputation.
make this more of a series, then I definitely will get a better layout together.
No, I've checked you out actually. Not bad.
But
I
all
admit you're pretty
right.
fast on your feet. But here, it's a whole different story
Totally
when riding
right.
with extreme gear. You see, to be
Good
the
old-
fastest on a gear, you have to
Love
become one with the wind. Without wings, well, you might as well kiss the ground and go home.
I will say, I think we're already on like the 4th course within like the first half an hour. That's crazy.
Who does he think he
But that
is?
just goes to show like how much I played
Well, I
this
don't think he's
besides
all
like
talk,
our
you
first
know.
attempt with
I better
Knuckles.
be on my toes during this competition.
Because also like
never
during like the
imagined
free
anyone would be able to
during the
race with
free
such a
race
piece of
mode,
junk.
if you rather just do that instead of the story, you can choose
Sorry,
from a
Sonic.
whole
I
list
just
of
need to
characters,
fine-tune a
and
few
you can
things.
mix and
Then your
match
stream
gear
gear will be
that
at
if your
100%.
character's
Hey, Tails,
suited
you
for.
always do your best.
So like my
so don't worry.
personal
Yeah, but she
my
has a
personal
point.
setup, I
She's
love to
a
play as
really
Storm, so
brilliant mecha mechanic.
not only did I have Storm in his powerness, I like to
Sonic,
give him
don't
these
worry,
cool
I'll unlock the
this cool
secret of the
gear that
extreme
lets him to
gear
also
sports.
grind on rails just like speed characters. And so I'm a lot more like familiar and adjusted to having both of those like abilities on hand. And like since like racing as a power character, you really don't have to worry about crashing into things too much other than like walls.
Get a great start.
All right, our 4th race, Green Cave, and this time we have to place first against Wade. All right, nice little quick start. Way too early on the jump. Way too early. See, some of these older maps, I'm like the more difficult maps, I'm not too familiar with because I haven't gotten that much practice in as of late. And as well as I remember the layouts more for my speed, my power and speed setup that I have to do. But thankfully, that little wind boost right there for the flying types put us in a more, I guess, suitable position. Ooh, there we go. Let's see if we can get this. Nice! We managed to land it. Because that too, like some things, like, alright, can we get it? No, that's right. If I remember from what you said, Panda, up is better on ramps. Because we could have avoided this whole second jump right here if we nailed the first one. What? Ah, wow. Wow, that is another failure right there. These guys, I swear, I'm much better. Okay, nope. Nope. That demands a retry. It is so easy, so easy to get turned around and get lost. So, hopefully, take 2 will be a lot better for us. There we go. See, and an X as well. All right, nice little rings right there. And thanks to my abusing, come on, you can make it, you can make it! There we go. Woo! That was very risky right there. Alright. Nice little trip on the centipede. Oh, yeah, look at that. Now we're looking good. Okay, let's see if we can get this jump again. We did. Perfect. Alright. Now let's see if we can get the jump. We almost did. So we probably just need a little more sort of power for that one. Yeah, kind of like that jump right there. That probably would have worked way better the first time. There we go. Now we're getting maintenance. Another X. Nice. Oh, Tails. Trying to talk smack. You know what I always find weird is they do love to portray Tails as like super smart at the same time as like a little kid, and that like makes me so confused. It's like, how old is Tails actually? Like, are we just racing right here as like a 10-year-old, or maybe like as matured as Sonic? Even though Sonic maturity, that really doesn't go too much hand in hand. No! See, and you can get punished for, oh, so close, for failing the flying segments, but for some reason that actually put us farther up ahead, which that's pretty funny in my opinion. And Wave is still just ahead of us. Right there, we once again take the lead. Perfect our turns right here. Just little tippy taps. A little more tippy taps. Ooh, there we go. Now that was nice. But of course, we're not knowing the map layout of this one too well. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of in the groove of things, of like our pathways that we need to take. But our gear hasn't leveled up at all, especially when we fell. We lost most of our rings. Let's see. There we go. There! Nice! On the 3rd lap, we just got it. So we skipped that whole second jump, and we make it right to the finish line, putting us in first to defeat Wave. Let's see our time, 2:52. And then Wave right in second. So Wave definitely put up a better fight than Storm did.